How did Dwayne Johnson get to Olympus? What does Dwayne spend his millions on? Stay tuned for more about the lives of rich people. Hello dear friends, today let's talk about one of the most successful actors of the last decade, Dwayne Johnson. He's already 47 years old, but by now the actor has managed to accumulate a considerable fortune amounting to $320 million. This of course is not yet the limit, because he was the highest paid actor in Hollywood in 2019, and how many more roles lie ahead, no one knows. One thing's for sure, that $320 million will easily get to $400 million. Not an easy path to stardom. The story of Dwayne's rise to stardom is one of the hardest. He was born in California in 1972. Dwayne's father, wrestler Wade Douglas Bowles, the future Rocky Johnson, was going to be a boxer. He was inspired by the examples of Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, and other famous fighters. Since his youth, Rocky paid a lot of attention to training for boxing. In 1967, he had already started his career in wrestling, where he gained popularity. It was after his ring debut that he changed his name and became Rocky Johnson. Johnson's growing popularity had no effect on the family's well-being. Due to that, they constantly had to change places of residence, and Duane could not make friends. To drown out of stress, he began working out. However, the passion for sports only added to the problems with social adaptation. At the age of 16, Duane started playing on the school soccer team. His weight at that time was more than 90 kilograms, and the young man noticeably stood out among his peers, surrounding him, even a little afraid. At the end of high school, Duane received an invitation to the University of Miami with a scholarship and full support. It so happened that he was the only freshman on the university's soccer team. The members of the team had a heavy influence on Duane, and he began taking steroids. At the first game, the athlete earned a shoulder injury, which caused him to develop a deep depression. Along with graduation, Dwayne Johnson ended his soccer career once and for all. The reason for the retirement was the back injury he had received. Since 1996, he began seriously engaged in wrestling under the pseudonym of Rocky Maivia. Dwayne's main trainer became his father. In 2018, The Rock became the highest paid actor in the world, according to Forbes magazine. His average fee per film is about $1.5 million. In addition to movies, Dwayne has other sources of income. He buys real estate and resells it. What Dwayne spends his millions on? His latest acquisition is the magnificent Powder Springs Ranch, located on 18.5 hectares of land. It cost the star $9.5 million. Located in one of the most picturesque places in the world, surrounded by hills and fields, its seclusion disposes to a pleasant break from TV cameras and flash photography. With cozy halls, fireplaces, a private library, and a studio with a grand piano that Duane plays in his spare time, everything is there for comfortable living. The backyard has a pool with a jacuzzi and outdoor dining area. There is also a terrace equipped with a fireplace, which is a great place to gather on rainy days. The Rock also owns a farm in Virginia where he keeps horses and builds private hiking trails. Olympic equestrian champion Will Coleman trains his horses on the property. The ranch is not Dwayne's only acquisition. His properties are scattered across the country. He has changed more than a dozen homes in the state of Florida. They ranged in value from $1 million to $3 million. In 2012, he owned a 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom Florida mansion worth $3.5 million. The total area of the house is 1,200 square meters. It has everything you need to live and relax, including a cool home theater, an office, several living rooms, and a pool with a jacuzzi. The house is also rumored to have its own hair salon. Thus, The Rock and his family may not leave the confines of the house at all. Another home in Florida, owned by Johnson, costs about $4.5 million. It also has 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 2 garages, and an open kitchen equipped with the latest technology. The house is decorated in a rustic style. It's spacious and has high ceilings. Since Dwayne is a Hollywood star, he just needs to have a status of the house and there at least for the period of filming. That's probably the reason he bought a $5 million home in Hidden Hills. There's plenty of open space, making the mansion the perfect place for parties. The house also has a signature gym, which The Rock has outfitted himself. The mansion at Hidden Hills is so luxurious that it can serve as a model for the respectable housing that springs to mind at the Mansion of Stardom. High ceilings, white columns, a bedroom with a bath, a home theater, a huge garage with a collection of vintage cars. It has everything you could dream of. But even this mansion, The Rock sold in 2012. In total, his contribution to real estate is about $100 million. In addition to houses, Duane also buys up cars. At the premiere of the series Players, he appeared, for example, in his Pagani Huayra. The starting price of this car is about $1 million. You can barely count 100 cars on the entire planet. The actor's collection abounds in rare examples of cars, which include, for example, a two-door Rolls-Royce Wraith. The cost of this car is about $500,000. The actor was spotted on a Plymouth Prowler Purple, costing about $38,000. Duane also owned a white Ferrari, which he got for free, but not for long. Because of the Rock's high growth, he simply did not fit in this car. Duane's favorite car is a quite ordinary pickup. More precisely, a specially designed pickup F-150. Even Duane's height makes it easy to fit into this car. The pickup costs about $35,000. On international flights, Duane travels in a Gulfstream G650 aircraft. Often he is accompanied by the whole family. It costs about $100,000 for such a plane. However, whether Duane is the owner of the plane or not, no one knows for sure. Also, The Rock is not indifferent to the Rolex. He bought his first wristwatch when he was still a fighter. They cost $35,000. Charity. People who are interested in the work and personal life of this actor know that he is quite a modest and good-hearted man. It is due to these qualities that he financially supports many different charities and even created his own charitable foundation in 2006 called the Dwayne Johnson Rock Foundation. Jeep for an understudy. Although Duane is a professional wrestler and is not the first to fall from heights, get punched in the face and generally perform dangerous stunts, however, that does not mean that Hollywood studios are willing to let him do all the stunts in the movie by himself. Because of this, Dwayne Johnson, like many actors, has a stunt double who performs the most dangerous stunts, keeping the star healthy. As a sign of respect for the work of his understudy, the actor bought him a brand new SUV worth $45,000. Private jet. Johnson has one of the fastest private jets in the world in his hangar, and the photos he posts on social media show that it's a truly luxurious flying machine both inside and out. If you'd like us to do a full video about Dwayne Johnson's plane, post in the comments, we'll be sure to read them. Let's talk about the keys that Duane believes will lead anyone to success. Understand your dreams. To achieve your dreams, you need to understand why you want them so badly. Why do you do what you do? If you really don't know, how can you keep striving until you achieve them? First, understand why you want to do the things you want to achieve. Hard work sucks. Don't let it stop you. Hard work can sometimes suck. No matter how passionate you are about something, there are always times when you feel exhausted. Don't let that hard work get in your way. Do what you have to do. How do you think Duane got that rock hard body he's rocking now? He worked for it. Never lose faith. There was a time when Rock only had $7 in his pocket. He was broke. He was at rock bottom, but he never gave up. He started doing everything he could to put some extra money in his pocket, and he convinced himself that one day he wouldn't have to worry about going broke. No matter how bad things get right now, you always have the opportunity to succeed, but it won't be easy. Rock is still one of the most popular performers in the world, and the excitement and hard work he gives to the movies he appears in has ensured his success. Dwayne Johnson's fortune is estimated at $320 million, and it keeps growing. Which Rock Johnson movies do you remember the most?